It is Lord Haywire. I am streaming my Unity 2D 4X game creation. I'm just double checking. Last time I started streaming my wrong account. I have two accounts. My Lord Haywire account, which is my video game streaming account, and then I have my video game creation account, which is this one, and I started streaming the wrong account. So I just had to double check, which it looks good. We're fine. Everything's beautiful. So we're going to continue this. This is the seventh one, as I always joke, of the 9,450 part series. So we're going to hit play here first, and we're going to see what we have, which isn't much. We got some counties. We're not calling them provinces. We're calling them counties, and you can click on the counties. I always go through it. I do this whenever I program and I'm not streaming. I do this too, just to make sure that there might be new bugs or old bugs that I forgot about. So this you can't, this we own these two. It says over here. This is all owned by the same guy, huh? All right. Then we can create an army here. It's telling us what it should over here to number these things, yeah. And then we can select it, and then right click, and a timer should come up. It looks terrible there because we can't see that. We probably should make this a different background color. Maybe we should do that right now. So I I have often preached about being on the cutting edge. You can barely see this up here. Because of Unity does this weird thing when I run it a couple of times. It fucks up this text up here, where it makes it even tinier than normal. But we're on 2022.24 F1, and I'm always preaching about being on the cutting edge of the game engine that you're using, so that when later on, when you stop updating, your game isn't on a really old version. Well, I may be full of shit about that, because so far this version has been so buggy, and at this point I'm like on this. I have to update because I need to solve the bugs. A lot of times if I click on a prefab, because I do this another game that I've been working on. If I click on a prefab, it will start popping errors. Right now it's not doing it, so we're okay. And the errors get progressively worse, and I looked it up, and everyone's complaining about it. So it's not just this me. Anyways, so maybe I should have stayed on 2021, but we can't go back. You just got to keep going forward. And today we're gonna hopefully it shouldn't be very hard. After the timer goes off, where is that thing? Where is that text box? That thing, here we go. Can we make this canvas less shitty? After timer goes off, it should move. We're going to make it move between these provinces. I think we want to go to the image here. Let's turn this on so we can see this test here. And I bet you it starts fucking up when we start messing with this prefab. Turn this on too. I feel like I already made this darker, but maybe I didn't. With the white text, though, I think we need to make this like black. This is just temporary. This is giant because I can't read anything. Yeah, 0.8 seems good. Let's turn this shit off. Let's actually put this on our prefab and hope we don't fuck up our prefab here. Then we'll turn this thing off. That's just a test one. And then we'll hit start again, and we'll see how everything looks. A lot of waiting and programming. Let's click on here. We broke something. When I changed my prefab, I broke something. What did I break? We had it working. Let's go to my controller. Make sure that any of this shit didn't break. And you know what's funny is before I started streaming, I looked at this and I was like, huh, this has a thing and it wants to save something. And I wasn't sure what it was. And I knew I should have double checked that. I don't know why I need a collider on here. Oh, it's so I can click on it. Let's try this again. Yeah, how did I fuck up my timer so badly? Good God, everything was working. Let's go back. Let's see if we can go back. Well, let me undo the changes I made. And if it will, because I don't know what I just fucking broke. It's like one of my pet peeves with programming is it's my mistake. You know, I have everything too intertwined and too easy to break, and I need to like work on always. That's like a thing that I need to do here. Yeah, now it's working again. So let's do this. Let's delete this thing. Let's go back to our prefab because this is the prefab is what's being instantiating. That was just some test army that we had sitting there. Then let's edit this thing and see if that busts stuff again. And if it does, then we can fix it a different way. What did we do here? We went to here. We made this like kind of dark color black. This was at 0.8. And we'll close this. Let's save. We will turn off. We will. What is this? Do we want this to be on? I think we do. Maybe that was what we broke. I will push this. We'll apply these changes and hope that we don't fuck this up again. We'll turn that one off. We'll hit start. Wonder what it's so touchy, you know? So yeah, it's something I need to learn how to do is make it so that, yeah, see, like it breaks immediately. I know what the issue is. Whoops, we need to push that change. I know what the issue is. That thing's not supposed to be showing yet. Stop. Let's push this to our prefab. This needs to be on. That needs to be off. Apply. Oops, we left that one there. It's okay. All right, let's create this guy. So then we click on it, then we right click. There we go. So it was just that that this screen wasn't supposed to pop up yet. Anyways, I've been working on this other game, and I'm like, my mind is totally like still in that other game. I've been thinking about this one a bunch too because I really want to get some progress. I used to, at the end of the year, I was working like 1 to 3 days a week, and now I'm back to 5 days a week, and it's I'm having a hard time adjusting to the 5-day week again. I can't do it. Like I'm using natural light today. I have a window open and it's daytime, so I look so much different. Okay, so after the timer counts down, oh, we have this big long. Let's put this wait interval is 1 minute. Now we'll do 10 minutes and 1 hour. That way we don't have to wait so long for it to work. And basically, what that's doing, whoops, not OBS. There's a lot of like little things we got to do. So let's do this play one more time here. And we'll do this one this time. Hit create army. Click here. And when this hits this timer is when it should move. Well, we haven't put that in there yet, but we can speed this up. So now, right now, it just stops the time, which is fine. But we're gonna go in here and we're gonna smooth damp this shit. And I pasted this over here last time. This looks like this is from another. I don't know if it was something I wrote or what, but we don't want this. We do want. What did we call army timer? What is the name of this one? Army movement. Let's just call this private void move. Let's just go easy, and we'll paste this shit in here. We're gonna have all sorts of issues when we do this because there's too much. What do you got? What's your problem with that? Oh, we're inside this other thing. Oops. We need to be, let's just do this. There we go. We got way too many of these things. Get rid of all those. Get rid of that. K, Control D, like reorganizes your things. So we got that there. This update needs to fucking go away because that's not what we're doing here. And we need this. No, it doesn't like this. Move. What am I? My brain no work this morning. That needs to go to there. We need one. No, this is right. A public float, huh? We don't need a public float. We just need a float here. And then we're going to change this to vector 2. I'm not quite sure where I copied and pasted this from. If it was from another code of mine. I don't remember using SmoothDamp. This is like the first time I've used SmoothDamp for real. All right, so Army timer goes to there. This goes to here. Why isn't this flipping out? And like something like very basic is happening here. Yeah, it needs that. We'll fix this first. Vector 3. This is actually going to be a vector 2. No, it was just that private sitting in there. This is going to be a vector 2. I'm just kind of guessing here. We might need a vector 3. I don't think we do. Oh, this is upset because it thinks I'm still asking for a vector 2. And what we're going to do actually, so this was set up for something else. Like it's supposed to just go to 0. We actually don't want that. What we're going to do instead, we're going to change this vector 2. And we're going to change this to not that. We're going to go up here and we're going to put a new, this is all private. That's nice. I like everything to be private if possible. We're going to do a serialized field. That way this will show up in the inspector. We'll do a private game object called target object, and then we'll put this down here. Target position. We'll just comment this shit out. We'll go target game object. Can I make this a vector 2? I don't think I can, actually. Can I do a position transform? Get out of here. Transform.position. Can I do that? No. Yes. We'll fix that with the Control K, Control D. So now it's going to go from our starting position. We need to tell this where it's going as well, or what we're moving needs to go here, and we're gonna just temporarily. This is all just like test stuff. We'll set this up in a better way in a second here. I don't think we have. Oh, we do. We have the game object in here, so we can actually use this to move. We have its current location as well. Huh. Let's use the game object, though. We don't need this up here, after all. We're going to go... what is this called? Army, and I think we're doing that on world map load. I'm almost positive. Armies. Can we just put name in here? Where is this thing? Where's Army Movement sitting? Whoops, I do that every time. Is it on here? Yeah, it is. Okay. That's where we want it. What's your problem here? We need this to be... Need to parse this into an integer. Like always. And then we need to go transform. Okay, so now it's going to pull from the list, which is the army name, you know, because we're going to click on it. The army name is going to be 0. And it should move to our temporary target position, which is just a test for right now. We're going to set that up later, like have it work how it should later. And this is once we didn't put it in the the thing. Time's up. No. Let's change this. Well, we can leave that there. Actually, let's leave that there. And the timer, we'll leave the... Yeah, I'm curious what it will look like. We're going to leave that text at the top. I'm curious. It looked like I was like lagged out there for a second. And it was having another stream I did. It was all chunky. I have to test something in a second here. I'll test it right now. I was going to be able to hear myself. Just to double check. I have music going too, so I need to stop that so I can hear. I don't hear anything. Tap to unmute. Just to double check. I have music going too, so I need to stop that so I can hear. Yeah, that sounds normal. I don't know. I have so many issues streaming. I don't know what the fuck what's going on with my life. It goes away and then it comes back. I get like an update for OBS and everything's broken again, and then the next update fixes it. I fuck around with stuff, whatever. This should not be having any issues at all, though, unless I'm compiling, which I'm not doing right now. Anyways, so, and you know, the newest thing is on my side. It doesn't say I'm having any issues. But I was playing Mech Warrior the other day, and certain menu was really, you know what I can do is put my task manager up. Let's do that. See if there's anything pinned out. No, everything's fine. Okay, back to the fun of this. What the fuck were we doing? We were going to test it, right? No. We're going to go to... you know what? We can't put this in here. We'll have to... We can't drag this in because it's instantiating this. I don't think we can. Let's just do, like... What is this place called over here? This is Douglas. We could go to Douglas. We already put in Douglas. That's the center of Douglas. I don't think we can drag this in here, but we can try it. Yeah, it won't let us because it's not a thing. It's not instantiated yet. So what we're gonna do is on awake, we will set a temporary thing here. Do we have on the world county list? This is the game object that all the counties are under in the inspector. What? Oh, I know what that means. I was trying to see if we have any. So this has this dictionary. Let's look at these county. Here's the center game object. So we can put whatever we want, whichever one we want. So let's temporarily, this target position is going to be gone. Where did I put it? This thing's worthless. Because we can't put, we can't put, we'll just delete it. We can't drag the location in there since this is on being spawned. So this is actually going to be world. And we're going to do counties. And you know what we can do, since we already did this, we'll just put it how it should work. I just got to remember it's going to be under select county. Did we put it here already? We just have the current location. I can't remember why we were using that. Maybe that was the plan, was to use the current location. I can't remember anything. It comes and goes. My memory does. So then under county, So when we select province and we go right click, currently selected army name, select army. Currently selected army name. Okay, that's select army, currently selected army name. What we need though is to get the name from when we right click on the county. Currently selected, okay, it's currently selected province, which we need to rename this to county. We changed that midway through. Wow. I don't know. This is going so slow. Jesus Christ. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Should have rebooted. Everything looks fine over on all sides. It's crazy. Anyways, so we can get this. I guess I already planned this out. That is select county. Currently selected county. Game. No, we have it already in here. It's called County Center Game Object. Dot transform position will be this target position, which goes in here. The transform position is this thing's current transform, which is this script is on the army. So we should be good to go there. Army's name, so it's going to get 0. It's going to get this thing's position. Wonder if we need to put the, well, we'll just see. We'll see what it does. We don't have to wait, oh, god damn it, wait very long to test this out. We'll see the explosion. I'm probably forgetting something. I'm almost positive I'm forgetting something. All right, I was curious. So when we spawn this, I think we should, well, when we spawn this, I think we gotta make it selected. We want it to think it's selected when you spawn it. So now we just need to wait for this timer to go and see what happens. Nothing happened. Because we never put the thing over here. We started to, and then we stopped. Okay, now, one more time. All right, here we go. And we'll do it on this one and go down here. Create army, no bugs yet. Select that thing, right click, the timer's going. We can make this gap less, but we want to test it. You know, we also can speed up time. Oh, we went past. So we probably have a different bug going on here with the timer. Did we get our, no, it never. If, and that equals that. I remember we had this happen one time before. So this never hits. So that was, let's look at our GitHub. We should probably check that first. Let's move this over here. This is all open source, by the way. We need to be on, well, let's look at our projects and see what issues we have. Probably should have looked at this first. Okay, that's an old bug that probably is. I have no notes in here. Good job, Josh. This is a tutorial I did for not, I didn't create it. I did it for how to outline stuff. It didn't come out very good. In fact, it came out pretty ugly. Maybe I'll show it to you later. It's pretty ugly. Let's try this again, just out of curiosity. It's gonna be hard to find what's going on. I'm pretty sure I vaguely remember this happening before. I don't think it's the new code we put in. I think there was a bug from the old code. Right click. Let's speed this shit up. It didn't go. It didn't move though, and we didn't get any bugs. Any errors, I mean, or warnings. Move. Oh, velocity 0? I don't think we want that as 0. That's going to be, it's not going to move. I think we want this. I think we want this to be a number. I'm pretty sure we want this to be like some sort of number. I have the smooth. Oh no, I guess I closed it. Go back to here. Can you just put a number here? No. Vector 2 velocity. Representation of 2D vectors and points. And that's 0. Shorthand for writing 0. I'm pretty sure. Smooth damp. 2D. Current velocity. The current velocity, this value is modified by the function every time you call it. Man, I should have pulled this from the code where I was using this before. I kind of got rid of all of my smooth damp code though, or all that. I use this AI A star pathfinding for most everything now, but I don't need it. We don't need it on this one. I'm pretty sure it's this velocity thing. Let's see if we can find another example of like this thing. I've already clicked on this. Here's some documentation. The problem with it, like, there's something weird going on with velocity. Oh wow, what are they doing here? Smooth time is 0.3 f. Reference y velocity is 0.0. It's a float. Maybe we don't need it to be a vector 2 at all. Maybe this just needs to be a float. And say 1 f. Oh, but now this is mad. What does this say? Now it wants to be a vector 2. Let's control V or control Z our way back here. What happens if you do 1 comma 0? It doesn't like that. These have to be floats probably. No, it doesn't like that. Doesn't like that at all. It will tell me when I do this. Vector 2 smooth damp. What did this thing say? This. Let's see if we can find somebody's real life examples instead of this dickhead's, just Max Headroom's dickhead thing. What we need to find is a somebody. See, that's vector 3 as well. I wonder if that has to be vector 3. Unity, oh, maybe it needs to be an update. Dude, see that? Well, that's lerp. Lerping. We don't want to lerp, I don't think. I do like the word lerp. Let's see what this guy does. Following the mouse is close enough. Velocity, vector 3, mouse input, camera. Want to see all your code here, buddy. What do we got? Move towards. Oh, we were having it like moving back. I forgot. We did get that far. I wonder if I still have that. Or did I delete it? I'm a big fan of deleting things, which isn't necessarily a good thing. I think it was. I bet you this has to be in update, which is a bummer. But we can stick it temporarily in update to see what it does. I've been trying to get this. Well, it's not that I've been trying to get it to work. We keep having to. I'm just gonna put this here. We keep having to do other things to get this to happen. All right, so this is going to be in fixed update. So the minute it basically spawns, it should attempt to move. So let's see if that is, so we don't have to wait for the timer and stuff. We just want to see if that will happen here. So create army. Yeah, there's something else going on. Let's make sure that this is on our prefab. I mean, it has to be. Army movement. Yep. Let's do inside move. Let's put a debug and see if it's what it's doing here. I think there's something. I'm just fucking up something on here. Move. Uh, that's all we need there. Oh, I keep clicking. I did that last time too. Constantly clicking on OBS. We just want to make sure that that's getting it's getting the action that we want it to be getting here. Yeah, so it's getting there. It just we got something busted. My lack of, you know what we did? Let's do this. We had, I'm gonna put this over here temporarily. We asked ChatGPT how to do it, and let's see what it said. I can't remember. I gotta log in here. Uh, Maybe that's where I got this code was from ChatGPT, and it's okay. Like I know everyone's like flipping out saying that it's ChatGPT is so great and it's gonna change the world. I think we're like 10 years out on that. Oh, it's not letting me sign in. It's having some issues. I think we're 10 years out, but it is going to be a major change. You know, like when do we stop paying people for doing stuff? Like, if you can get an AI robot or an AI lawyer, are you going to stop paying for lawyers? Like, are all the lawyers going to go out of business? It's not letting me log in. I guess I could refresh here. There we go. Oh, no, it said it's busted. Contact your administrator. Oh, here we go. Here's the log. Let's go back to the login page. Let's give it one more shot. Maybe it's because oh, no, we're in. Let's see if we can get my chats back here. I'm listening to music. You guys can't hear it. I've been asking it a bunch of Pathfinder 1E questions, and it doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about it. We had moving a game objects in C#. I've clicked on you. There we go. So this is me like arguing with it. Not too much of an argument, but at some point I say like, what about SmoothDamp? Right there I said, can I use SmoothDamp instead of other things you suggested? Vector 2 target position. Okay, so according to this thing, I'm just have the vector 2 is wrong. Let's copy this over and look. We don't need that shit. Let's copy this to here. So like I think like ChatGPT is uh a good like helper to get you sometimes on the way, but it's not as like if once you start like what does it know is always the question, and it doesn't know shit. And so if you start arguing, it just starts backpedaling and lying to you. It starts gaslighting you. Okay, so according to this thing, we need this. We're calling it smooth time here. Uh, Target position. Wonder why we have a vector 2 here. It doesn't seem to give a shit about that. Oh, this is the vector 2 up here. We just have this all wrong. Where's it putting speed? Reference speed. Oh, and then they put this directly in here. Okay, so the smooth time is already in here. Speed, they're just putting it. They just have a fucking thing here called speed, which I vaguely remember this happening. Let's do 10 and see if it teleports its fucking ass across the place. And so that's going to replace this. So I think, like I said, I think it's like a helper, but at the same time, why doesn't it like this? Yeah, see, this wants a vector 2. Let's do this instead and see what happens. This thing might be full of shit. Let's copy this. It's an update. This update's got to go. Yeah, well, let me fix that. Uh, target does not exist, so we'll just put like we got a game object somewhere. It's called that's the current. We got to go game object. I think I'm still learning. We had one up here. A temporary. What is this shit? Low level unsafe. Yeah, we don't want to use that. Whatever that is. We deleted it. We have a game object here somewhere we can just stick. I'm seeing the problems with my other code here. Well, see, this is why I said it's like a learning experience. It's better, you put this in here, nothing works. I see what's going on here. We can get rid of this. You put in the chat GPT stuff and it doesn't work, and then you've learned that what you're doing is not correct, and it makes you. So I actually don't mind debugging stuff because sometimes I mentioned this before. Sometimes I look at it and I go, oh well, there's actually a way better way to do this. We can get rid of this speed bullshit. This has to be a vector 2. I still think this is wrong, but we'll try it. We'll put this velocity back. And this thing, target position, that's not going to do us any good because we want. New vector 2. That needs to go to there, but this thing... Oh, no, we have it in here. Okay, for a second I thought we were doing something incredibly wrong here, but no, it's right there. Just all the... We don't need that speed thing. Let's go back and look at this. I knew this was going to fuck me over. So that's move towards. We used to have this working, and then I fucked with it. Transform position. Vector 2 target position. See, it does explain things. Distance. Oh, that's move. We're back to move towards there, which is different. Go back to my code. Okay, so the transform position of this game object, we're trying to smooth damp it to this, the center position here. So it's from the transform attached to this game object, which is what we want, to this position. I think it's the velocity still. And then smooth time is this thing. So it's getting here. It's the velocity is 0. So I need to figure out how to make this not 0. Shorthand for why can't I put 1 comma 0 in here? It didn't like that. It cannot be used as a method. No. You can put a vector 3 like that? No, you can't. You liar. This one's like it just wants a space in there. Fixed typo, vector 3. Man, I'm doing all this 3D shit in the other one, and animations and things. Why does it think it just wants a space in there? How do I do this? Vector 3. Vector 2 example. I need to find somebody's. Huh. Okay. What does this say? It can be simplified. Let's see what that does. We'll put this back. No, wait. We have it in the fixed update still. Let's see here. I knew I should have looked this up ahead of time. I was so confident because like I said, we used to have it working, and then got slow. That's going. Take your time there. You know, they had it set to like 10 in that other one, in the GP, the chat there. The thing is, like, well, we'll just put it as 10. Where did we want this to go? Where are we putting this? I didn't click on anything. Currently selected. Maybe it knows. Maybe there's something already. I wanted to see how fast the 10 goes. I think it's going to just go towards the center. Bye. All right, well, at least we got it to move. All right, this is what we need to do here is take this out of here. Let's comment that out. Recomment this thing in. And now, god damn, 45 minutes. It's programming is such a huge time suck. I mention this all the time because it blows my mind. Like I'll be fucking around. I'll be like, oh, I just want to look at this one thing. It's gonna be 15 minutes, and then like 3 hours goes by. I forgot to put my thing up here. So we should be able to create army. Click on this guy. Right click there. Oh, we gotta wait for the time. I was like, oh shit, it's broken. Let's speed up. It like inched over a little bit. Okay, so I think this needs to have a. I don't remember this velocity being like. I remember it being like that, and I remember questioning what that reference meant. Did I save that? I'm usually like an addict of saving addict there. Speed this shit up. Oh, it passed over it again. Yeah, there's something that I need to figure out what's going on there because it doesn't happen every time. I think it's the order of when it hits for all the timer to know that it's done. Whoops, didn't want to turn gizmo. Okay, so it moved a tiny bit and then it died. It's not an update. Does that matter? It just moves it once. It goes through this once, but shouldn't it go? I guess it needs to be an update or something. Uh, or we can put an IEnumerator thing, a co-routine, which I've never done, but we can figure it out. So the other, we can put it in in a loop here. That will be the easiest option. We'll put it in a loop. And right now we'll just make the loop work forever. We'll put a variable in here. Var, no, it's a bool, so we'll just put bool here. Forever move. And then we'll say if forever move equals to, this might not actually work because it's still going to go through this only once. What are you doing here? Yeah, this is only going to go through this once. Still. So I need to put this, what we need to do here is exit, or exit, control X, put that down here, put this bool up here, and put down here. Yeah. Okay, so now it's an update. Wait, did I put it in update? Yeah, fixed update. All my effort to not put stuff in update. What do I have my gizmos on accident here? Wait for the timer and hope it doesn't break. It moved. Why am I struggling with this? This has been like the bane of my existence from the beginning of this uh let's put this back to 0. I know we can just go 0. I'm just, you know. Yeah, so moving these armies has been like I said, a huge challenge to me since, I mean, we're on 7, and I think I've like 5 of them I've been trying to move armies around. And it's weird. It's, I keep thinking it should be quite simple, and instead we're getting issues every time. Okay, so 0 does not work. Let's go back to 1. It's kind of going in a diagonal direction too. Uh, I think it's because of the velocity. I need to figure out how this velocity works. I need a good example. So I got like partially there, but it's also not going to where it should be going. It's this velocity. I'm doing something wrong with this velocity. Reference a local variable. Need to figure this out. Let's look back at this chat GP. No. Let's see what it said for like target position. It's just like this reference is this SmoothDamp? It is. This is just a float. Do I have like a vector 3 in here somewhere that I didn't notice? Well, yeah, like why is it allowing a float in their example? Are they just full of shit? But I vaguely remember that doing that. Was it a reference? Ref speed. But when I do this here, it tells me no. It says, no, you can't do this. Vector 2, SmoothDamp. Target position is a vector 2, which makes sense because it needs to know where it's going. This should also be. And this is cannot convert ref float to ref. And then this is just like, why would this need to be a vector 2? Let's look at move 2. Here, well, here's another. Like, this makes sense because it has to know where the 2 dots are, X and Y, where it can get there. You can use SmoothDamp. The script will move the object towards the target position at a smooth accelerated pace using the math.smoothDamp function. The speed parameter is used to max speed of movement. This math smooth has several overloads, so you can customize the behavior. For example, you can separate smooth time parameter, control the smoothness of the interpolation, or you can use a reference to pass the current velocity of the movement. Here's an example where you can use SmoothDamp. Let's with a separate smooth time parameter, which is the one I'm doing. Maybe it doesn't like something else that's in here. Transform position. Target position is this position. This was originally, this was the new vector 2, and I didn't like that. I wanted it to be there. Cannot convert ref float. Yeah, that still has to be ref. Fucking chat GPT. Always wrong about everything. No, I don't know. I just need an example here, man. I need somebody to show me how to do this. Unable to create a vector2 variable. It's 2014. Well, this is what I was trying to figure out a second ago, but then we figured that out on our own. Um, what is it? Vector2 example? No. SmoothDamp 2D. Using lerp. We don't want to look at a video. Make an object. Like what the 3D one seems like it would be. Yes, it's like the same. We were using a 3D one. I guess we could use vector. I just randomly started putting, vector. So this is the position though. They have the velocity set to 0 as well, but then how does it move? With the smooth time? Uh, Equals vector 2.0. I just feel like that's wrong, you know? I mean, have we seen it not work? I think we have. Let's go back over here. My gizmos are back on again. I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Create army. Man, it was working. It was working much. Oh. Yeah, it's the vector thing. I just got the vector 2 thing. We know. Collapse these. So move kicks in if forever equals, so that kicks in. Man, it did 8,000 of those or 1,800 of those really fast. Need my music to start again here. The world space position of the transform velocity, and if I put it any higher velocity, it just zooms off in one direction. New. Let's try this one more time here. Oh, we need a thing there. We needed that there. But then it only can go one direction, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 10 was too fast. We gotta fix this time issue too, where it's counting. Yeah, see, it only can go one direction if you have it. And that's just gonna make it go diagonally. Pretty sure. I'm doing something fundamentally wrong, and I don't know what it is. This happens a lot. And same with this timer issue. Yeah, that just makes it go diagonally. It's supposed to get to here. Let's go back in my brain here and let's do move towards vector 2 move towards. How do we do this one? We just got to get something going, man. I've been working on this shit for too long. Target equals new vector 2. All right, let's comment out this. I had like we're like basically redoing the shit that I did last time, and then I deleted it all. Uh, this is way earlier because I wanted to put the timer in, and there was other weird shit going on. Now we're back to this. Let's copy this over here. This has like the delta time thing in it, which I vaguely remember using too. We're gonna actually put this in here so it's commented out. Okay, so it wants the target. That's gonna be like it's gonna go to 0. So let's do that. Let's put that in here as a test. Equals, whoa. They must have a vector 2 target up somewhere else on this page. Oops, not that page. Vector 2 target, yeah. So let's do vector 2 target equals, we'll just have it go to this spot. That should go to 0. We'll fix the target later, where it's going later. Position, which is which is vector 2 as well. Position equals, what did they put it at? We actually can put it at this. And we'll figure it out. I swear to God, we're gonna stay here programming for the end of eternity. That's not what I want to do. I want to go back to, no, I don't need to go back there. Okay, target, we don't give a shit about the camera. Then we need a float. Step equals speed. Where are we getting speed here? Times time. Whoa. I think it's a float. What are you? I bet you it's a float. Speed times time dot delta time. I want this to be fixed delta time actually. Oh, it doesn't like my speed thing here. What does it want this to be? 10. Then after that, we put in this thing's. Do we not need this to, is that the issue? Is that we need this just to say transform position instead of this other stuff? It probably doesn't even matter if we, where's the bottom of this thing? There it is. It probably doesn't even matter if we, use SmoothDamp. It's probably unnoticeable. All right, so it should go to 0, which is 0 is like in the center of our thing here. Oh, we got a bug, but no, that was not a bug. All right, once the timer kicks off. Okay, so that immediately went to 0, which is right there. So we got that part working. So what the fuck is my problem with SmoothDamp? It's actually, this doesn't even, we can I want to get this just to move today because I want to, there's some more exciting, we have so much stuff. We're so in the basics of the thing, of the game that we want. So basically, as this is how I do it. I kind of like build a circle or spiraling out circle of programming because I'm incompetent and I don't know what I'm doing. And as I go out farther in the circle, I have or in the spiral, I noticed changes that need to go back and things that need to be fixed. So I'll probably end up rewriting this code anyway. So might as well just get it to work for now, and then because we might change how we move stuff, we might actually use a star pathfinding. So, anyways, so how this is currently working, and it moves towards the goddamn thing, but we want the target actually to be. Let's comment this out, and we want the target to be this one. Why is this acting like this is never used, or is there an easier way to do it? I think I'm selected the wrong thing. What is your problem? Oh yeah, I did this before too, that little underline. Huh. I'm not going to change that. All right, now let's see if this go. I'm going to take a break in a second here. If this works or doesn't work, I'm going to take a break. We got to fix that timer issue too. Create army, and we're going to click on this one. Now, was that an issue with the timer, or was that an issue with the? I think that was an issue with the timer. Does this thing start counting off the? No, it doesn't. Okay, it just counts move very quickly because we're running through so much time. We want it to go up here. Okay, so it isn't an issue with the timer unless we got two bad runs in a row. All right, I'm gonna go smoke real quick. Uh, Target. I feel like maybe this is, but it shouldn't bug out. Unnecessary assignment of value to position. All right, one more run. I guess it's, I don't, yeah. We never did use that. You know, I guess I did select that. Yeah, so this was one where it didn't work. The timer was able to jump past. We got to figure that out. The issue is it's intermittent, so it's going to be hard to figure out. But we will. We'll figure out what's going on there. We just got to look at our. So if the time keeps going, we know there's an issue. What his name is Cowlitz. It's not its position. Wonder what position that is. Oh, is it this one? What is the name of this? This is that's not Portland, Oregon. This one's Portland. Whoa. Well, this works. Okay, I know what the issue is for that part. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Uh, I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me turn my break timer here. What did that take? An hour and 10 minutes to fuck shit up? All right, be right back. Okay, so the smooth damp may have been working. Uh, it just, we had the wrong target. So it's getting the wrong information. We should have tested smooth damp with a target that we just manually put in. Anyways, learning experience, learning programming. I don't want to look at that. I want to go back to my code here and let's comment out this stuff again. This is like, we're like literally redoing exactly what I did the other day. Uh, we want this to be gone. We actually don't need this here anymore at all. I don't think. No, we don't need that shit in there anymore. Uh, this should be vector right here. It should be this. And this is the problem, is this thing. Currently selected county is a left click thing, not a right click thing. So let's go back to here. I'm going to put OBS back up. I'm curious when it's losing frames. And we'll left click on stuff. It should be right click. We'll have to fix that too. We got so many things to fix. But that's part of life. All right. So if we left click on this thing, I got to right click on it first though, then left click. I hope our timer doesn't. Yeah, so it does work. Smooth damp does work. It was just me being a fucking idiot with a different part of the code. So let's go back. So this all works. So this, and that looks better. Let's go back to select county. Where are we getting this thing? Right click should also give us. If trying to move army equals true. Copy. Right clicked of county name. Look at that. We even have that in the debug log, and like it's, what does it say? Cowlitz, that's for left clicking. If trying to move army equals true, it starts the timer, but we never put the name in. We have the debug log, name of right clicked county. Why didn't we see that in here? It's because I took a week. Name of right clicked county. But we never assigned it to that variable. All right, let's try this again. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll fix this fucking timer issue, because that's annoying. So now if I right click, let's click on this one. It should start counting up. You see that little squirrel? That little bloop? Okay, so that works. Smooth damp is working. It only took an hour and 10 minutes, all because of my own incompetence. It happens, you know? Now I know to check for things. We can take that move thing out of here too. The other thing, you know what we can do as well? I don't think, if we take this out, let's try it. If we take this, let's comment out this thing. I think this has to be an update, otherwise it's going to just go blurp. But let's put this over here. Whoops. 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 Paste that back. Let's put this here and see if it moves the whole way, or if it just goes like a little space. Man, I'm a big fan of like it. Sometimes you feel like you want to give up. Let's have it go down to here this time, and let's pay attention to see if this one goes over to the time. It didn't. Okay, so it needs to be an update. which is probably part of the whole thing we were trying to fix last time. We're going to actually rename this just to move. And this, I don't like this. Yeah, this exact thing here. I don't like things in fixed update, but I don't know how to fix it. And I feel like there has to be a way to, whoops, there has to be a better way to do this. Yeah, there has to be a better fucking way to do this. Exactly what I wrote in here than having things in fixed update. So if you know how, tell me in the comments or in chat or whatever. Uh, what does it want? Read only these things? Oh, I guess we could do, this is just a temporary, we can make these read only. I like to not have anything down here. Okay, so that will get rid of that crap. Now we got to figure out this issue with the timer. We can take this. So I also like, I mention this like every time. I like to, Army Movement works. That one actually works too. Let's leave this on here. We're not quite done with Army Movement. I like to check things off as much as possible. I also like when there's, I like this shit to be clean. I'm a big fan. I got to keep it organized. I am old. I feel like the drinking that I did in the past has given me wet brain, it's called. That's literally what it's called. Where my brain doesn't work as good as it used to. So I need to like have stuff organized or I just can't accomplish anything. Okay, I'm just cleaning up stuff. We'll just do it with no. Time's up. I want that time's up to still be there. And let's put a note in here. Let's put a comment. So I'm like, what? This turns on the ability for the token to move because we're actually not, we're going to turn that off when it gets to its location so it can't move again. But that's fix this timer thing. This timer thing's driving me insane. So we need to like figure out when it happens. When it fails, which means we're going to have to do this 45 fucking times. Okay, 159. Is it going to do it? It did it. Okay, so 159, it failed. So let's look at, let's put a note in here. It didn't work at 159. Okay, if local days equals the days, so so basically what we're doing is think of CK3 or another game like Paradox game like that. When you right click, it takes a certain amount of time to get there. 2 days to walk there, and then once the 2 days hits, it actually moves the piece. So that's what we're comparing in here is the local days are the current. This local days is a terrible name for this. Let's rename this shit. This will be called destination time days. Destination. We'll leave it at local days for now until I think of something better. So local. So it's gonna, when we do that, it's 1 day. So if it equals the days and equals the hours and equals the minutes, it's rounding. Wonder why we wanted this to round. Because the minutes are some weird. I think the rounding might be throwing it off. When it gets to like 59 or something and it rounds past it or something. Let's do this. Keeper minutes. This is gonna like blast this. Our logs are gonna get filled with crap here. but this is how it is. Okay, let's see what happens. It could be this rounding thing. Do we care? Like, go back to this. We do round the minutes here. I wonder why I was worried about the rounding, because there's like, it's a double. It's not a float. It looks like said it was a double. Let's our fucking log. It's gonna go out of control here. We can pause time with spacebar as well. If it's equal, we can't do a equal greater than, because then it will just like flip out every time it goes around it gets reset. I bet you it's the rounding. Oh, why are you on the move so slow? Oh, I know. It's because that's time one. We're at speed one. We never done speed one before. Uh, okay, there's a way to do this where is it called floor? It is called floor. I think it's rounding it past the equals is what I think it's happening. I think floor makes it round to the lowest. Now we gotta somehow test this shit. I think it's at the 59, which somehow we've been hitting that a bunch of times. I think it's if we round it down, or some other issue is going to happen. We want 59. Oh, we want 59. Oh, what did I do? 59. Oh, we got 40. Oh, right, we're adding in a little bit. Let's speed up time. Oh, it went past, so we know that that didn't work. Okay, look at this. It's always. I wonder if we could do it instead of rounding. Can we just dump that shit? Oh, this is called like casting or something. Can we just dump? Yeah, floor isn't doing the trick. Floor does not work. Round. It didn't work at 159. We want this to be round again. Is there another way to do this? So I was thinking about doing it like a forever timer, where it keeps track of just like a number, like a number of minutes that doesn't get reset. Would that be easier to try to fix than what we're doing? So it would just be, so what I mean is like it would start counting at zero and go up to 150 or something. And when 150 hit, this would show this time, but when 150 hit, it would go. It wouldn't actually be using this time at all to try to compare shit. That might actually be easier than trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Local minutes, cast. Yeah, so this it's called casting from float to int. And why do we need it to be an int? And it needs to be an int because I don't know why. Why does it need to be an int? Local minutes. Oh, because this needed to be an int up here? What happens if we just make this local minutes? We don't round it or anything. We just say, hey, this is the exact number. There's a reason why we didn't do that. I just can't remember what it is. Can we not add these together? No, we can. And what about, like, this is fine. We want this to be rounded up there. Maybe that's why. Okay, well, let's see what that does. I bet you we have to do it here as well. Well, we'll see. I think we're going to get a big long string of bullshit in the formatting. We could probably get rid of that debug log. I'm going to make these bigger too. This is too hard to click on. No, it didn't fuck that all up. Except it's never going to be equal because those are so, like, look at, like, this is some crazy shit. They're never going to be equal. Hmm. Can you do like between a certain amount? Like if it's equal to that plus one, like is it equal to that or that plus one? And we could ask Chat. Let's ask Chat GPT just for fun. Generally, it's full of shit. No, I'm so hard on it. It's not a human, so I can be mean to it. I want a new chat here. In C sharp, in an if statement, can you do a range of numbers? Yes, you can check if a value is within a range of numbers in an if statement and see. One way to do this is with the and. No. Oh. Okay. The most like day one of your C sharp class teaches you this. How do you do this? See, this is okay. What the fuck is this? If math between value, lower bound, upper bound, or we could just do this. No, that's not. This isn't going to work because it's going to trigger all the time. This might work. Math between upper bound, lower bound. I know my code is fucking ugly. Between, math does not contain a definition for between. See, that's the problem. This thing doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about. See, now I can yell at it. Math does not. Math does not contain between. Let's see what it says. It'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, you're correct. System. And so it's like, do it this way. I can't do it that way, man. And my apologies, you're correct. Where did you get this bullshit? So I can't use that. I'm just going to tell it. I can't use the top way. It's not going to work. My apologies, you're correct. Oh, it wants me to create a thing, huh? What a pain in the ass. Let's look at C# math between. Isn't clear what you mean by one operation use. Of course, you can write an extension method yourself, but I can't put that in an if statement, I don't think. Here's a complete class. Jesus Christ. What a pain in the ass. Okay, so there's no where's it getting that? Was that like a C plus or something? Uh, is that what I'm looking at? Okay, so well, let's think this through again, since math between doesn't work. So I'm pretty sure the issue is that these aren't hitting in the right spot, and we can't get it perfectly. If I say if it's over, and maybe the over and will work. If this is local minutes is less than, maybe this will work. If it's less than, if it's greater than timekeeper minutes, so the time, no, we want it to be less than the timekeeper minutes. So I gotta think of, like, visualize this in my brain. So the minutes gets to 50 in timekeeper, and local times 51. So we want it to be, if it's greater than, I don't think this is gonna work. And we're gotta have another fucking and thing in here. And less than, I don't think it's gonna work. Timekeeper minutes plus 1. Oh, what's your problem? Oh, local minutes. We forgot the local minutes. If it's greater than, this is my mind can't grasp it right now. So if timekeeper minutes, it's actually, I feel like this should be the other way around completely. If timekeeper is equal to days, I think this should, like, because this is the thing that's changing, is this thing. This isn't changing. Let's switch that around. I think it's going to be easier for my brain to handle. Timekeeper days is equal to local days. So are we counting up? So like if local days would be 3, and then when it's equal, timekeeper days is going to count up to 3. And when timekeeper day hours, we're going to switch this all around. I think it's just, whoops, I lost an S there. Is equal to local hours. The problem is the minutes go by so fast, is why we're struggling with this. So if the hours are counting up and the hours is, 23, it's going to count up and hit 23 and equal that. And if the timekeeper minutes are, it would have said equal to here, but it's not. If they're greater than and or equal to local minutes, the problem is when it gets up to, so let's say this is 59 or 50, it's going to roll over. I don't think this works. I think we tried this before and it didn't work. But let's try it first before we get too crazy. Maybe there's an easier solution here. Okay, let's go. Maybe we don't have to get too crazy. I don't think this works though because it rolls over if the minutes create army. It's really hard for me to click on that. Uh, so it's currently it's greater than. Man, that shit is slow. What did I click on this? Look at it, it's still going. Let's make these army a little bit bigger as well. What did I do? 0.5? Let's just do 1. What do I got going with this thing? Is it why do we have this have anything? Um, it's just so tiny. I think I put it tiny because I had it in there. I made it smaller. I need music. My music has stopped. Okay. Yeah, that's not terribly massive. That's terribly massive though. Well, it's good on my old eyes here. Currently, that solves the issue because if it's over, it's going to actually close that thing down before it moves. I think that works. I don't know why. Let's leave that here. Let's put needs more testing. That's probably not a very. Let's just put this still could be broken. It could be because we switched these things around too. Didn't I change something up here too? No, I guess I didn't. I just took that rounding shit out. That we needed to round, I think, so that it wouldn't be like a big blob in the. Feel like that we didn't test that enough. Let's do it one more time at least. And you know what we also should do is actually increase this speed. Uh, is it the smooth time? Let's put this up to 1. And see what that does. And let's not speed up the time this time because man, it is a slow move. We'll have like an animated thing of like an army walking or something, just like CK3. Not that good of quality. We have to keep our expectations very low here. We'll go to here. We'll go to here. Oh, I gotta click on it. Oh, right. I was about to speed up time again. That's still really slow, man. How do I speed that shit up? Okay, this didn't do anything. Maybe if we make it smaller, this might be one of those things where it's a smaller number is better. So much waiting and programming. What are you doing? You're doing this twice? What? I hit play and it didn't respawn quick enough, so it croaked. We never gonna get to the part that I wanted to get to today. I almost said tonight. Oh shit, I forgot I wasn't supposed to be speeding that up. Oh. Then we got a number of things that we got to do. We're not gonna we're gonna currently it will just move, through other provinces, but we're gonna set it so that it's got to move one province at a time. Okay, so it is that point whatever. Uh, it's this thing. Lower number is better. The army moves. Lower is faster. Okay. And we can get rid of this other shit. I think we can get rid of this other shit. So there's a few things, we probably will regret this, but we'll do it anyways. There's a few things we got to do here. Now that that moves, we got whatever. We don't need this. The timer works. So first thing, when this thing kicks off, we need to turn off the timer. We're going to. Do we have this set somewhere? Well, I know we do. Oh, maybe we don't. How are we turning that thing on in the first place? The text box is what I'm talking about. Rai, I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong. I pronounce everybody's name wrong. I don't know. Is Lerp better? I always thought, I read about it, and they didn't seem to be that much of it. It didn't really seem to matter. So I just use SmoothDamp. Uh, what is your suggestion? I take all suggestions. I learn something new every time someone comes into chat. So I'm open-minded. What was I doing? Okay, we got to turn off that thing, and I don't remember where we set it. Did we set it in Army? Army timer text. We did. So I'm in the same position. I gotta turn this particular song's a little loud, as I might be shouting. Had to turn it down a little bit. So we actually have this in this list, so we can go down here. Yeah, I compared. So the three different things, from what I understand, is move towards, lerp, and SmoothDamp. Move towards just moves it, and I wanted it to start slow and end slow, which is what the lerp and I think, I'm speaking from ignorance here. Let's look it up. Lerp versus smooth damp. This is from 2016, so it's a little dated. All right, so what does this guy say? The mechanical difference is that lerp is linear, while smooth damp follows a sigmoid function. The fuck that is. In terms of what you should use, that varies from product to product, situation to situation. SmoothDamp style is often more pleasant to the eye, especially for slow fade in and outs, where the thing being interpolated is intended to be seen as physical. SmoothDamp motion generally looks more like the object is accelerating and decelerating rather than suddenly starting and stopping. It's funny is I lowered this smooth thing wherever it went. The smooth time, I bet you that's reducing how your eye handles. Like it's probably I probably should have just used move towards. The linear fade of lerp works well for very fast fades and is, I expect, slightly quicker to compute. So if you're doing an enormous amount of interpolation, lerp might better suit you. Again, however, it can look unnatural for something that is physical. I mean, this is 2D, so it's not really physical. Yeah, so I think this is right, but I'm betting that I'm kind of like reducing the benefits of SmoothDamp by making this number so low. So whatever, we'll deal with the consequences later. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, I was gonna turn off that thing. Okay, so I just need to turn this off with This thing. It's right here. It's right here. Uh, enabled equals false. So now hopefully this thing will just go, whoops, go away. If it ever comes back here. You know, I think we actually want the game object and not that thing. Well, we'll see. We can speed up my time. This will test to see if the, okay, well yeah, that didn't, we want the game object to go away. What is this just the child? Yeah, it's just the child. So we can just do this. Um, dot get, oh, we gotta go to get out of here. Transform dot get child 0. And this is not this way. Set, why can't my brain work? Set enabled, set, I don't think we want, no, we don't. What the fuck is it called? It's like one of the things you use all the time, and I can't remember what it's called. Are we using it over here? Set active. There we go. I knew it was somewhere. Set active. Oh, it's not on here. So this is the game object. That is that. Why I can't set this active? We can just do this. This could just be a temporary. I feel like we already. How do we turn it on in the first place? Army. Oh, we have it. We called it Army Timer Game Canvas Game Object. Well, that would be solve all of this. Equals false. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, it's just like I said, my brain doesn't work sometimes, and I can't. I gotta like keep notes. I'm like the guy in Memento. All right, there we go. So that should turn off that whole thing. Luckily, I have like other code that I've written that I can go compare to. I still have to look up how to do a getter setter every time, even though I've written like 50 of them at this point. Okay, so that, I mean, I guess it slows down. That turns off, which is what we wanted. Did it turn off? It seemed like it turned off after it started moving, but I wasn't. Let's not go so fast here. Let's have it move to here. Let's let normal speed. Maybe my eyes were staring. Okay, it did turn off. Right, now that's too fast. I'm gonna leave it that way though. Okay, so that was the first thing that we needed to fix. The next thing we need to fix is, let's see. So when this thing spawns, I actually feel like it should be selected because that's been a thing. Like every time we do it, I have to reselect it. So when this thing spawns, whoa, I accidentally tore this off of here. That was not the plan. When this thing spawns, I feel like this should be selected because it's like an extra click that you wouldn't. Right now, it needs to be selected. Right? I mean, I guess I'm trying to think in the game later when you're doing stuff. Oh, thank you for the follow. I forgot on this channel I don't have the little thing that dings in my ear when someone follows. Uh, so the army isn't going to pop up like that. Well, I guess it would. Do we want to start it selected? So it gets created. This isn't going to be giant like this forever. Just just for this uh, testing. Maybe we don't want it to be selected. I feel like it. I don't know. We'll leave that unselected. But the next thing we need to fix then is what happens if you click on your own province when you're trying to move. We want it to one not work, and then if it's already set, if the timer's already going, we want it to stop moving. So like right here, nothing is selected. Well, we need to select this thing. Yeah, the timer shouldn't start if you click on your own the province you're already in. So let's go back to Army Movement and if it's time to destination set equals false. I don't remember what this does. I need to put some better comments in there. So this whole thing is going to have to say if world map load armies. Wait, to stick name in here. I think it's going to want us to, yeah, parse this. And then, do we have a current? We don't have a current thing in here. We're going to compare, where is this army, and then where is it going, and if they're not equal, then it can move. We have a transform. I wonder why I put this in here. I can't remember what we were using this for. What happens if I, well, if I comment it out, it's going to get other bugs. I could wonder why we were doing that. Where's current? So we need a new thing in here that says its current location. That's not a transform. Can we get that? The name of the. Where are we putting this here? I don't think this is going to do us any good. So I'm going to debug log just to see current location. Copy this shit here. Why doesn't it like me? I'm missing a thing. I'm missing this. Current, yes, there we go. I just want to see what this says. I don't think I don't think you can put name on here, can you? I guess you can. Let's see what that gives us. Trial and error. Re Let's say your name. Do you know how to use like events and stuff? I do not, and I've been trying to. It's like a thing that I hate here. If we create this, where was this army timer? So after we do this, what is this going to give me? That's the. All right, stop freaking out there. Yeah, that's this. It's current location. I wonder why I put that there. Let's search for it. Let's get rid of this. So like on this is what I'm asking or talking about. Like, like this is just like an if statement and fixed update, and I hate that. I don't want like an if statement but it needs to run in in update, but I don't want it to check constantly. It doesn't need to check constantly. Like it does need to check constantly, but it basically needs to be triggered. Then once it's been triggered, it runs until it's done, until this thing turns to false. I guess you could do like a coroutine or something. Is that how you do that? with a step or with a while statement in there or something? I've never written a coroutine. I looked one up recently about for something else. Um, I don't know what a breakpoint is. Is my it is my chat is over here. It's very tiny though. What's going on with this tiny? Oh, that's a different. It's very tiny. Let's make this a little bigger here. Uh, well, before I get sidetracked on that, I'm so easy to get like all over the place. What were we doing? Okay, so I don't remember why I was using that current location. So let's look for that and see where I was using it. Maybe I'm not using it at all. Besides there. Yeah, I'm not using it at all. Maybe I had plans. I would like this actually to be a game object. And then we can make this a game object. Maybe I was just thinking like I would need the transform location, but I don't need it. That's null. So on create, actually, we don't even need it to be a game object. We just need it to be like a string or something. I guess we'll store it as a game object for now. So on spawn, no, I think we just need it to be a string for the dictionary. Let's just make it a string for now, and then we'll deal with it later if it needs to be something else. And then when we create the army, we're going to say, what are we doing here? We're instantiating the thing. We don't need this in here anymore. Army number to string. All right, so that's that where it's naming it as it says in my comments there. Move game object to the army list inspector. We want that. Change the army to have the army to have the new army info from the list. Okay, so that's changing the UI panel. So we want it to be above that. We'll put it right here. Store the current location of the army. The name, the current location name of the army. And we will go. So that's the list. So new army list is what we're calling this for some reason. I don't know. Current location is what we want. And that's going to equal this. And then let's debug this just in case, we current location and just making sure, just waiting for that thing to disappear there. Make sure that that wasn't some other weird bug that was appearing. All right, this should put us Tillamook, Oregon. Tillamook, Oregon. That is where we are. That is all we needed to know. So then we go like this under, where's my army movement? If we were like half there, uh, we're in the wrong spot though. The current location is not equal to, and then we need this other thing that we had earlier. I'm big into being lazy. This thing. If it's not equal to that, then do all this other shit. And I'm going to put a note up here saying what this does. To make sure the army isn't in the selected county. I keep calling them provinces already. So this should do nothing when we click on the, we'll create the army and we'll click on the same province, and hopefully it will do nothing unless I've made a mistake, which is quite possible. It's already 12:30 at my time. Okay, so it did nothing. We need to get this timekeeper thing. Let's get this out of here. This debug log is no longer needed. I'm not gonna delete it for real yet though. All right, so that worked the way we want it. You know what we should probably do? No, I was gonna say we should probably put a little debug log because, next time I do this, we're gonna forget. I'm gonna be like, why isn't this doing anything? I think it's fine. All right, so then we need to only be able to move into provinces we own. That's the next step. So with all these different colored ones, we'll only be able to move in between these two, unless we're gonna declare war. But that's gonna be like we're gonna do that a different day. We just want the basics. So currently, let's do that again. I don't feel like I need this, but no, we'll leave it like that. We'll speed this up. Can we move it back? Come here. Oh, the timer doesn't go on again though. Oh, it did that time. We got okay, so the first thing we actually need to do is when you can store booleans for states like is owned, and you can check that yeah, exactly. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that on each one of these. We're actually gonna compare. I have like a we're gonna the owner name. We're gonna compare the owner name with the name, your name, which is currently just player. But yeah, well, we're gonna do that. I gotta set it so let's do this other thing first though, which is gonna be if you right click. So if the timer's going and you right click the province that you're in, we're in the wrong thing here. It stops this. Because that would be like you canceling your move. Like think CK3, you're starting your walk and then you see some army over here and oh shit, and you cancel it and then you move it again. This checks to make sure the army isn't in the selected, so that's the first step. So then the next thing is going to be, I don't think we want that in here. We want to have here. Does this never turn off? I don't think I have that because I was using that for testing earlier. I don't think I ever turned that. Yeah, just true forever. So actually, we need to turn that off when it gets to. And we also don't want to be able to stop the move while this is going. So we need some sort of variable. Is time to destination set? What the fuck is this thing? This needs to be in the order of days. Oh. All right, man. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good evening. Let's see. We're gonna actually. I think this is a good time for me to take a break. I gotta take a piss. All right, so I'm gonna throw my break timer up, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me turn off my music too. I know you guys can't hear it, but be right back. All right. Um, Let me turn off my break timer here. Okay. So we were going to. I only vaguely. Normally, when I'm outside, I'm smoking. I'm thinking about what I'm doing, but I was thinking about other stuff jumped into my mind. So this sets this It's not going to do it if it's on the current thing, but once it starts going, we could have this to Army timers up here. We could put this up here, actually. Let's put it up there so we have less stuff in this Army timer thing. I feel like this is kind of a we're getting kind of weird. Checks every minute. What is this doing? It starts the timer there. We're gonna have this up here. Whoops. This in here, and then we'll get rid of this stuff. And then we'll check, we'll put this back up here. Then let's make sure that that didn't fuck anything up. It's quite possible, you know. I'm gonna wave my arms around to make sure I'm not getting any weird lag. It doesn't look like it. We finally got the movement thing to work. Create army. Why we got a spinny thing? Oh, whoops, that's not what we're testing. I'm so used to testing the, you know, it moving. We can probably get rid of a lot of these debug log shit too, so that I like to clean it up. Create army, select the army, right click. Yeah, it doesn't do anything, which is what we want, and then that works there. So back to this. So then in army timer, we're gonna need a variable that's like probably a bool. That's like cancel, and it will just turn it off. We got something weird going on. There we go. Cancel will just turn it. So we'll need like cancel move. How do we do that though? Do we want it in army timer? I was trying to think maybe we could put it like a bool in here. You know, we could have it so that it's like if it's true, it does this stuff. We could pass a bool along there. If it's false, it does something else. But I think we can just put it in here. If or would we put it up here? We got like so many nested if statements. So this is if it's not in there, and then if start timer equals true. I wonder what, okay, it's going on the list and it's starting the timer. What happens if we make, so if we already have one, so what happens if we do this in here? This is once again, we're all in fucking update. If start timer equals true and where's my and thing? My ampersands. This is equal to this, equal to this equals false. What happens if we make this false? I guess we don't need that. We don't need that either. False. I don't know what this is gonna do. Sometimes, you know, I just like go for it, and it sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I use intuition. I don't know. Yeah, we need to get rid of these debug logs. They're filling up my shit here. Need to see if there's bugs and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna start it moving here, and then we're gonna click here, and that turns off the timer. What happens if we click here again? Oh, it just moved. Oh, because move was equal to, huh. Well, let's fix this one thing first. We're gonna need, this is gonna be a new thing. Stop timer. And we're gonna do this. And we're gonna put this in here. And we're going to close this thing down. I don't know if we need to reset the time. We probably do. But let's do this one step at a time here. So that's going to be false. And we need to close the thing. We might want to leave it open temporarily to see what's going on. So they shouldn't get to the. Okay, well, let's do this thing first. Before it's the game object, it's this. Start timer false, and it turns that off. See, we're just getting more and more things and fixed update. There's got to be a, maybe car routines? Like I said, I've never written one of those. Oh, you know, I did write one. Well, I copied and pasted it from like a help thing and adjusted it, or to it from a tutorial and adjusted it to work. It wasn't that complicated, honestly. We're going to create this. Once again, we'll select here. It doesn't work. We're going to turn collapse off. Go to here. It starts moving. We go to here. It stops moving, but I think it's actually still, you know, if we click here, yeah, it remembers the time was passing. So we need to reset that somehow at the same time. We need to like, if we make it null, I think it will just bug out. I was thinking that we should just make these all null. We can get rid of these. No, we'll get rid of them for now. We'll close down some debug logs. I got like so many of them. That one we'll leave there. Okay. Oh, I accidentally. So it needs to reset the timer, but it can't be. Oh, you know what this is the issue. This needs to be set to false, and it will redo it on its start. Let's put this at that's set to false. This should be set to false, and it will go through this again the first time, I think. Let's actually leave this up temporarily so we can see what's going on. And it's already 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on a Sunday. All I have to do is take out my trash, and maybe, I don't think, I overbooked myself. So it turns out that so even before the coronavirus, I'm a very solitary person, and I didn't notice that I was so solitary until, we can pause time here. Okay, so during pause time, that didn't, we got other issues. Now we've broken everything. Oh, wow. I didn't notice I was so solitary until, yeah, so pausing time is going to be we're going to need to fix that. I should put that in well, yeah, so that actually works. And let's put this in here. This is a bug. Pausing time fucks shit up. It's very verbose and explanatory. Let's go back to here. Anyway, so I'm a very solitary person. Then coronavirus hit, and I became even more solitary. And like I stream and I like fuck around with Unity and I like look at my phone. I watch movies and TV shows and I like they're like hobbies. I've like have a jam packed play D&D virtually. Like I have all these jam-packed things that I do, and then last week people were inviting me to stuff, and like I was doing stuff outside of my house, and I was just hating all of it. So it became like a thing where I was like noticing that I'm like really not into having a jam-packed schedule. I like having, back to 5-day work weeks. I like having like a relaxed, I wake up in the morning, dick around for like 3 or 4 hours, take a nap, do stuff. Don't have any plans in it. I need to be living in a cabin somewhere. No people can get to me. Anyways, this is set now to. I'm gonna put a little note in here. This this will cause. What we got there will cause the Army timer to reset. And then now let's test it one more time here. Here we go. I do need to turn this stuff off. It was all other testing. I know I keep talking about it. Okay, so let's go to here. This turns on. We right click back here. It turns off. We right click back here. It's back up. Right click here. Right click here. What time are we at? Let's go to like 3:20. Yeah, it's just resets it every time, which is exactly what we want. Let's give it a second though. I want to see if it. No, okay, so it is doing the way we want it. I was worried it would like if enough time passed, it would let us move, like time was passing in the background, but I don't think it's doing it. Oh, okay, so there's another issue. Once its time has kicked off once time has kicked off once, move is set to true, so you can move around however you want, which is not what we want. We want move to equal false when this reaches its destination. I wonder if we. No, I was about to say. Uh, there might be an easy way to do this, but I actually think if target position, which is this county transform equals. I'm thinking that maybe this isn't going to work because it's going to start out equaling. No, it won't. If that equals that, what's your problem here? Vector 2 to vector 3, target position. This is a vector 3? I guess it is because it's just like the game object. Well, we can just put this here then out of laziness. It's the same thing, except it's a vector 3. If that equals that, then move equals false. I think we'll have to turn off the ability to move if the army has reached its destination. Yeah, it should be easy to do the next part where it can't go. You only can go to places that we own. And that's why I have this set with 2 of these that we start out owning, and instead of it's just for that testing ability. When we start the game, you'll just start out with 1 each nation. And I was hoping I was gonna have time to get to that, but not to that part, but to like creating each nation basically. Let's create an army. Let's go to here. This I think we can speed up time, and then yeah. Oh, look at that. We'll never get there now. Okay, we need this to this needs to be false as well. Everything's becoming easy now that we got the stupid 15 hours of work on getting that move to work. One more time. And I think I'll have time to do that. So what I want to do, well, we'll get into it. We'll go over with our we'll leave it on normal time. We'll look at our roadmap, I guess. Oh, because it wasn't done moving. It wasn't quite finished moving. It was still. See, it's still on. It's still moving. Oh, it's still moving a tiny bit too. What happens if we click like in the middle? Yeah, we can fuck shit up all over the place. Okay, so let's rethink our strategy here. How do we? Oh, it doesn't work when you're while it's doing that first one. Oh, I changed where it's going though, which that won't work. Yeah, so we're not gonna get to the other stuff tonight. Uh, so we have like we got to put in a bunch of these little things. So let's go back to what we're first doing here. So we could put a move equals true. Do we really need that to be up here? Yeah, we do. But while it's moving, we want to be able to not do anything. It needs to, while it's counting too, we also, the only thing we want to be able to do is cancel the move. So let's start with that. So while it's counting, we want to be able to cancel the move, or that's it. We should be able to clicking on this stuff, and it shouldn't do anything. It shouldn't update the current location, which it's currently doing every time we right click. It's updating the current selected. So we want it to say we also have this on like left click. Currently selected county equals name. So if we left click stuff, it's going to also cause an issue. So we got to fix both these. Currently selected trying to move an army. What the fuck is that? Okay, so this is we're trying to move an army. Left click turns that off. That's fine. We want to have actually a public static string here, and we'll call it army destination. And then we'll go back down here, and this is going to be Army destination. We'll equal this name. We'll go back to Army Movement, and we will change. It's in here somewhere. It's down here. No, it's Army destination. And this is Army destination. And then we're gonna, I'm using my eyeballs to search, which is never, Army, never gonna work. Destination. Current location is not. No, we want this to to be currently selected county. Is that what we called that thing? Move. This should be Army destination. This should be Army destination. I think. I might be making a huge clusterfuck of problems here. Whoops. We want this to go back to searching here. Select county, currently selected county. And we can turn off this. Well, no, we'll leave that. Army destination. This should be, this debug log actually should be Army destination. So if we right click and left click, it's going to do different stuff. It's going to, left click is going to give you the currently selected province. Right click is going to give you the Army destination. And it doesn't matter what it is. Well, let's test it. You know, me and my testing. There's probably some fuck up and it's going to go somewhere crazy. Timer's going. Let's speed it up. Boom, that went somewhere. That's going. Whoa. That's maybe not that fast. I can't tell what's going on. Oh, this is still thinks it's, it still thinks it's here. Whoa. That actually waited until it was done doing its thing. All right, so let's fix this. We got other issues piling up. Let's fix one more here because I'm actually not sure. I have so many like little issues. I'm not sure what our problems are. Okay, so if we create an army and we select it and we right click, it will do the timer. Well, let's test if, and we say back to here. It works. We're still good. If we select here and we go to here, it's doing a new timer. And if we click to here, it doesn't do anything, but I bet you it moves there. So what we want it to do is say, this is select county. If we need a new bool here, let's, so that this doesn't fuck up. In the army thing is selected, start timer, owner name. So on here, we're gonna need a new bool that's like, is counting down. And then we'll put it start timer. Stop it. Bool new is counting down. And then, no, underneath start timer is counting down equals new is counting down. and it's going to bug us out over here, but that's okay because we can just put false. I think it's one of these ones. We can just add a false in here, I think. There we go. And we will... Well, we haven't done anything yet. So on here, if this equals, oh, we need a little, is counting down is equal to false, then we want all this stuff to happen. And if it, so once this thing starts counting, this is going to be just right at the top. I think we can put this is counting down equals true. And then this, we can actually put this is counting down equals false because it's canceled it. It's canceled the countdown. So if I did this right, when we under selecting, it's if it's false, so it's not currently counting down, it will give us the army name. It will change the army destination. But if it is counting down, the army destination will not change, and that's what I'm hoping will work here. That way we can keep, we can be right clicking all over the place, and it won't suddenly like move it to over here. So let's see if that does what I'm hoping it does. I know I can't say this every time I hit play, but I need to really start turning those things, commenting out those things. All right, so we hit start or create army. It's counting. We don't have a collapse on, so nothing's happening. It's not letting me click anywhere else. Well, what about if we click on? Uh-oh, we can't click on we can't cancel our own. Oh, and the timer never. Something broke here. Okay, we broke the whole thing. All right, let's see if this works just with how it's supposed to at the beginning. Okay, so that still works, but it never. We can't make it move again ever. So what have I done? Trying to move an army equals true. If is army selected equals true. If countdown equals false, this equals that. So that's with the right click. And were we getting that in the debug log? Name of right click county is Cowlitz, so that's where it moved to. So once and then this sets this as true. And then if we go back up, and this is like it's not currently selecting itself. So if it's set to true, it's going down here, and army timer is kicked off. This is in the wrong spot. I had a feeling that this was a weird spot to put that. Is counting down. Wait, is that okay to have that there? Is counting down. It actually starts like about here. So we'll put it down here because this is actually when it starts counting down. We'll put it there. And then once this equals that, so this is that same thing, but we is counting down. Time is up. We should make it false here. But that's not going to stop this. Well, let's see what happens. Because that should solve some of our issues right there. And that was one of the things that we never had it turn off, so it was set for true forever. And it was just like, no, ignore everything. I have a feeling though, let's say move to here. Oh, I never selected this? I thought I did. We can wait the 30 seconds. It's actually less than 30 seconds. So it moved to there. Oh, now we're still back on the, oh, that time because it never got to the, so this never reached here. So I actually think we want this. Smooth damp might actually be part of our issue here. If we put this to false, it's all the little stuff. And that's why I appreciate, like, when I'm playing a video game, I appreciate the little stuff that devs have done, you know. Okay, so we moved to here. Oh, I didn't select this. We moved to here. We'll just wait patiently for less than, 10 seconds here. It moves. Yeah, see, so the issue is that those, it's not, so the thing's still moving a tiny bit. It's not, yeah, so we need to fix that. So how do we do that? We needed to go like approximately, equal approximate. Let's ask to the chat GPT again. Did it help us earlier? I can't even remember. Or did it just fail? Uh, how do we, uh, how do we get to an approximate position? Oh, I'm gonna copy this. It croaked because it was idle for too long. So let's refresh here. Okay. And hopefully it remembers what we were talking about. Such as Dead Reckoning, triangulation. This is not going to help us. GPS. I think we're in the wrong. We're here. We're here. This is what we're talking about. No, it was like my first question. It's like, hey, stop at approximate position near the target. You can add a stopping distance parameter that the game object will use to determine when it stopped moving. Here's an example how you can stop at an approximate. I don't actually want it to stop there. I just want to be able to tell if distance is greater than, okay, so that's a float. So we put like a distance in there because we don't need it to be perfect, because if it's perfect, we have to wait around for it to finish moving, and we don't want to wait around. It just needs to get near the area. So the distance is equal to, what is stopping distance? Stopping distance is like It's just a float, huh? Really? You can adjust the value by control how if distance it's comparing. Oh no, float is the distance. Oh, it's doing the distance between the target. Oh, I use this all the time in my fucking terrible 3D one that I'm working on. Basically, I had this 2D game that I was really enjoying working on, and everything was going great. Everything I was adding, no issues. It was going wonderful, and then I thought, what happens if I wanted the person to be like on a higher elevation, shooting arrows down at someone, and then the whole game in my mind imploded, and I had to move it to 3D, and now it's just a clusterfuck because I don't know what I'm doing. That's a different thing. So vector to distance. Okay, so this makes sense. So instead of this, turn off the ability to move in an army. Turn off the ability to move if the army has reached its destination until the army has gotten close to its destination is what we're gonna do here. It's this if statement is gonna be, let's put this whole thing as, we'll comment out that whole thing. We got to put in some stuff here. We got to have distance. This is a float. Distance equals, so I think this thing is, it's helping. Vector to distance. Yeah, we need target position. We can copy that over to here. We can put this in, but we need transform position is going to be in move. Target is going to be target position down here. So we'll actually put this at the top. We'll put this up here. We can use this twice. And so that's going to give us distance. Then the next thing we need is stopping distance, which is just going to be some fucking float that we put in here. A public float. Stopping close enough is what we're going to call it. Float. We'll put it right above here. Float. Okay, stop. All right, come on. Home. I want this to be here. Close enough. And that's going to equal 1F. We'll just start with 1. And my music has stopped again. Listen. Oh, I was going to say, I've been listening to The Damned all morning. Now it's on Flock of Seagulls. I am an 80s child, so. Okay, so close enough. Yeah, it's never used. So if we're back down here, if distance is less than close enough, then do that stuff. I don't know how big 1F is. Look at this thing giving me some fucking grief here. Let's turn off one of these local minutes thing. We don't need this shit in here. I'm still kind of getting my head around getters, setters, and so I put a bunch of debug logs in there just so that I make sure that they're working how I assume they work. And we're getting there. I try not to stream for more than 3 hours of game development because my brain starts to like get burned out on shit. Sometimes when I'm like not, so when I'm not streaming and I'm doing programming, I take like tons of breaks, like a bazillion breaks. I forget what the fuck we're testing here. Oh, close enough is what we're testing. Okay, that was not at all what we wanted. We want the thing to go there. Okay, so we want some of this stuff. We want it to continue moving there, but the problem is move false is getting kicked off when it's close enough. Let's see here. And it looks like one is kind of a large. Let's do like 0.1. We do want this to continue moving. We just want to be able to not have to wait for it to get so close. So let's try this again here. And this is the last problem that I'll solve tonight, today, this afternoon, if I can solve it. Create army. Let's make this go farther, though. Is that the center of this fucking place? What is this place called? This is called Umatilla. It's there. It's in the center. Okay, so what problem were we trying to fix? Whoops, I need to be on the game here. Let's go back to here. It's gonna set that timer. Boom. That was a different issue. I think that actually. Oh, we still have this other issue going, where he can't click on his starting. Maybe I'll fix that real quick. What is going on with this? Oh, we got some other fucked up shit going on. All right, let's fix that one thing real quick. I think that actually works. At least close enough for right now. What did I want to fix? Okay, so we need to set its current location needs to be updated when it's close enough, actually. Current location equals destination. Man, I don't know what song this is. It's good. It's built. We got some build up going on in the song that I'm listening to. Uh, did we keep track of that? Or we have it here. We have the army destination here, but aren't we reset? No, we set it so that it can't be. Whoops. Updated. I think I need to call it an afternoon. I got a lot of moving parts. It's gonna be like a debug session next time. What are you doing over here, huh? Once we have all the moving parts locked down, like, so there's gonna be like we're gonna have like leader units, like hero units, and they'll be using like the same movement system. So it won't be, let's just go 2 times. Okay, so that actually works. Oh, that doesn't work anymore. Um, yeah, it doesn't, it's no longer. Why is that going, why isn't it adding in? See, like, why is this one taking so long to get there when this one wasn't? Oh, because we're getting some other, it's when, yeah, so it's hitting some other number. See, it's not actually, yeah, and it's also not, it doesn't know where it is. Okay, so we'll put that on our list of, oh, we don't need this anymore, of things to work on next time. It's going to be a bug hunt, not aliens either. We're not fighting aliens. Okay, so we got 2 issues. It doesn't stop the countdown if you click, oh, this is a bug. It's because I changed that one thing. Maybe we can fix that real quick. Current location, if distance is less than close enough, we should set this maybe up here. When we do right click, do we have a debug log in here? We do. So we can, so on true, let's see what happens here. Name of, see, it has a bunch of things happening. Before we even, there's nothing selected, so right click does shit. This is what we want. Okay, so then we create. We're not going to speed up time. I clicked on that. We're going to right click here, Portland, Oregon. Okay, so it's moved over to there. I wish there was a way I could look at fuck. Will it tell me? I started using this debug part just recently. I don't think it actually tells me anything though. Oh my god, there's a cat in my house and it startled me. I was like, what the fuck is that moving over there? This isn't going to tell me what I need to know here. Because this is saved to some list. Well, the list is under the controller. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. Yeah, it's underneath this. It doesn't give me enough info. All right, we don't need debug on then. Um, what we need to do is that's under select. This we need to have like, we should put like a debug log up here. So when this thing appears, Army current location. should start out as null, I believe. And we got an extra thing here. Okay. So basically it's going to blast that in the debug log. The minute this thing spawns, the minute an army spawns, I just want to make sure that when I would need to see when that's changing, basically. All right, it shouldn't spam it yet. Now it's going to spam it right now. Its current location is Tillamook. So if we right click, oh, we got to select, and we can collapse this shit. And we can just make sure this is still counting. So now it's changed, and no, it's still Tillamook, which is where it started, and it still thinks it's Tillamook. Oh, it took a while. It took quite a while for that to kick off. Okay, I think we need to put that back in close enough. You see how long that took? It's because it's still moving so slowly. Maybe smooth damp isn't the way to go. Let's put this back up here. If it's close enough, its army destination should be here. And you know what we also, well, yeah, let's check that. So when we, if, okay, so that's the starter kicks off. Army movement. This is the problem with why programming is such a time suck, is because if you decide you want to fix one bug, sometimes then you want to fix another one and another one, and 10 hours have passed. Okay, so go back up to the top here. I think we just have a stop timer we don't give a shit about yet. So here's the test. Its current location is not equal to the army destination. Then it does this stuff. It kicks in the start timer, and I don't remember what that is for. Oh, it's the timer only checks occasionally. Army timer kicks off, so we can go back down to army timer, and the countdown is turned on. That's set active. Army text is this stuff, which we don't really care about because it's working. That stuff we don't care about because it's working. If that's equal, then the timer is false. Move is set to true. That thing is closed. Once move is set to true, we go back over up to here. We probably should put a coroutine down there. I think that's probably the better way. Anyways, so that is, let's put a note in this. I think we want a coroutine in the if statements below. Okay. So move is run. So then we go to move. The target position is where the army destination is, which is right. And then close enough is that. Vector distance that's fine. So that's fine. If this game object equals this smooth man, so it's going to smooth damp to this position from its starting position with that velocity. Then if the army destination is equal to, so this seems like this all should work, and it's not. Let's do this one more time. I do need to call it a day, an afternoon. I need my afternoon nap. I need to be able to retire. Okay, so we're gonna go to here. We never go to there. This is Wasco, Oregon. Wasco. All right, it has moved. Its current Army current location is Wasco. So then if we click here, it's going. And it goes there. Its current is Tillamook. So let's start this again, and then but let's right click here. Yeah, see, it's not. I know what it is. Select county. Trying to move is still on somewhere. That's the issue. Trying to move needs to be turned off. Where is that? Is that right? Trying to move equals true. Trying to move an army. Trying to move an army equals true. Is that the issue? Where do we turn that off? Trying to move. That's left click turns it off there. Oh wait, no, we want it to be true. Select army. That's with left click, it keeps it true. Okay, so that one we want it to be true. I don't know why we even have it in there. There's probably some reason. Okay, so that's good. Is selected. I don't think that's the issue. Currently selected army name is countdown equals false. Then it does this stuff. Yeah, I have to call it a day. I can tell that like I need a break, like, but more breaks than I take when I'm streaming, like a break every 3 minutes or so. But that doesn't mean that we're not making progress. We got the main over the main hump here. Let's put these things. What did I already say? Pausing time fucks shit up. We already have that. We were gonna put in. Let's mark this as done because it has finished. We just have a bug hunt coming up. This doesn't do this anymore. We changed how we do movement, so this isn't a problem. And close with comments. We do have other problems though. Pausing time fucks shit up. That's definitely one. We have also another bug. I put bug in front because these are like features. So what is the issue? The issue is, let's try it again so we can, once it moves somewhere, oh, it no longer cancels. Yeah, it no longer can compare itself. That seems like such an easy fix, man. Um, if stop timer, this checks to make sure that Army is in the selected county already. If those things equal true, and current location is equal to selected Army destination, yeah, it's like somewhere around here that the issue cancels the move if the player right clicks on the province. So we're not calling it the county the Army is already in, which runs stop timer, which that all worked. So this all worked until I changed this Army destination thing. Current location is never getting set. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Is current destination is or current location is never getting set when we're selecting the county. Yeah. See before. So we needed this. I bet you if I left clicked first, let's test it. If I left click first, it's going to be set. I bet you. I bet you. I know. I said I was done like 6 times now. Current location is never being set. Here, create army. We're going to select this. I'm going to select this thing so that the current location is set, which it just did. And then I'm going to right click here so that, oh wait, but it turns that off. Now I'm going to, so current location is set. If I right click here, no, it doesn't work. Oh, because I right clicked on there. We need to have when it spawns. We need its current location to be set. That's the thing that's fucking the shit up. Current location is set. Tillamook, when it spawns, and you know what we also need to do though is set its current destination. It's just a fucking null floating around there, I think. So let's sets the army this is me. This is my hand gesture of something floating around. Destination army destination. Took me 3 tries to get that to spell right. Sets the army to its current location. Now my music has moved on to Susie and the Banshees. It's been another thing. Army. Oh, this doesn't. It never. This isn't something that the army saves. That's how you fix this whole problem. I was trying not to do this earlier. Wait, let me double check that. Yeah, it's not being set in here. That's how we solve this. This is always my current location. Just keep adding to the list, and then I just have this gigantic list later that's like, uses up all of the the memory on the computer. God damn it. Army destination. That's not how you spell that. Yeah, you can tell my brain's getting tired. Destination. So I actually don't really know how to spell anything. It's just all muscle memory. Okay, so that is right after current location. New. This is a string. New. A mu. Army destination, comma. Current location. Army destination equals new army destination. I feel like, yeah, these are spelled differently. Destination. Okay, something's probably spelled wrong here, but we're fine with it. This is gonna be null. How many is it down there? Army destination. We probably can just stick it right here and it will be fine. Yep. Then we want this to equal that. Then we go back to select county and we don't give a shit about this here anymore. Let's comment this out. That way it will fucking bug out and it will tell us everywhere we need to fix this. This is gonna be currently selected army name dot. So now it's gonna set this army destination to that name, and we're gonna put this in here. Dot. Okay, so now we have this set. So when we right click, if it's trying to move, is the army selected? Is there no countdown? It's going to set this in the list. It's going to set that. Then we got some more bugs over here, which is fine. If it's not currently, so at the beginning it will be, we just want to put this here. Not currently selected. We want this. Now Killing Joke is playing. Let's copy this whole thing. So if the current location is not equal to, which at the beginning it will be equal, which is fine. We can also get rid of this. What else we got? We got another bug down here. This, we're going to change this one to changes. And this one as well. That way the armies know where they're going, right? And then this one, once it gets to its final location, it's going to set this current location. This thing has no destination currently set, so I don't know how that will work, but I think we might have just solved this little bug here. I know, I was trying to just type in what the goddamn bug was, and I got it fucking, what is that, a bug up my ass. I got the bug up my ass, and I had to fix it. Okay, here we go. Create army. Now it should think. Oh, we don't have a debug log that tells us this thing's fucking going to town. But we should be able to cancel it now. No, it still doesn't work. All right, I got it. Oh, it started to move right as I stopped it. Okay, back to here. Pause fucks this shit up. Bug. After the timer has started, the right clicking on the current province county doesn't stop the counter. I hit save. The fuck? What just happened? Convert to issue. What is well, we'll look here. What do we okay, Army Movement is what the branch we're still working on. And then I'm also just gonna add bug hunt Army Movement. Hunter. Alright, bug hunter. We'll convert this to an issue, and we're gonna rename this bug hunt. Whoops. Edit. Bug hunt Army Movement. Whew, we did it. All right, now for real, I'm going to call it a night or an afternoon, but I'm going to first save this. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to push these changes. Army Movement is working with a number of bugs. And then I always close Unity first because sometimes these things change once you close it. I have the correct whatchamacallums. You know, this actually affects it sometimes too. I think the correct ignored in here, but it still does it. Sometimes it will be like, oh, nope, this changed. And then we're going to commit all this to the Army Movement branch. One day we'll be finished with that. 60 fucking years from now. Boom, it is there. So if anyone else wants to look at it, we have it available. And that is it for me. Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you guys next time. Have a good afternoon, day, evening, morning, wherever you are, whatever. I was about to say be happy, but that's not that's not me. I'm not. Don't kill yourself. That's more like me. All right, bye.